Hola, geek fans, welcome back. This is a Geeks at the Movies review, and what are we reviewing today, Jacob?
Today we're reviewing DC's Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh my, it's so exciting. Misfit band of heroes join us together to take on Vandal Savage.
Yes.
Can they overcome him?
Who cares?
Who cares? Tell me why.
Because this show sucks. I actually went in with, a little bit of higher expectations.
You were excited
Yes.
about the trailer.
Yeah, because I thought the trailer was actually really well put together, and then I was hoping that was going to be, more of the Flash writing style than Arrow writing style, but it is worse than both. Honestly, it feels like they just took all these characters. The writers were like, oh yeah, we're too lazy to come up with storylines for these characters in the shows that they're actually in, and so we're gonna put them in their own show, and it's just like an amalgamation of just shit. All these characters don't fit well together, they don't work well together, and I just don't know what they were thinking.
You just described it. That's what it seems to be like. It's like, okay, we have this guy, we got the Atom, we got White Canary, which we brought back for some reason.
No
I don't
reason.
know. We got this Captain Cold dude. The other shows are getting kind of crowded. We're making our own show about time travel, and none of it will matter anyway.
Yeah.
Jacob, the show, I didn't like the trailer. I thought the trailer looked like it was going to be a done time travel show. There's going to be a lot of problems with it. And there is a lot of problems with it time-wise. Right away, they say random things that I'm just confused by. For some bizarre reason, they have to go to the 70s to find Vandal Savage because their computer can't find him. But you have a member of the team who has 4,000 years of memories of battles with Vandal Savage. He knows where he is.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense at all. And then, didn't you say they also ignored a plot point about how old one of the characters is, how much the Hawkman?
Yeah, I mean, because it's not just that. It's not just that. He can't remember. They can't find Vandal Savage and there's Hawkman. Hawkman, he's been around 4,000 years, and he seems so stunned. I'm getting it hard. It's harder and harder for me to accept when people are in these universes, and then something crazy, according to our standards, happens, and they go, "I can't believe it." What are you talking about? You know the universe you live in.
Yeah.
This is DC. This is a fantastic universe. People at some point are gonna get a little less surprised about these things.
Yeah, and
it makes it feel more isolated too, when they're not surprised.
yeah, and Rick Hunter, or as I like to call him, Rip Dickelson, he's just I didn't think he was as bad as you thought he was with the acting wise, but he isn't a very good character either. He's just there to be like, hey, let's go back in time. I have all this technology. I'm not going to use any of it except for flying.
He's generic.
Yeah, he is very generic, and they brought back White Canary for no reason in Arrow, just so they could have her in the show, pretty much. That's all
I guess that must have been the reason now.
Yeah, and I absolutely hate how they took Captain Cold and Heatwave away from Flash, because Captain Cold especially is a central Flash villain, and now he's going to be a hero in this new show. Because I know they were leading up to him, turning good in Flash, but he could have still stayed in that show. It doesn't make any sense at all for me. That's the thing that really makes me mad about the show, that they're taking away these characters that they do something really interesting things with in their own shows, but then they're putting them into this other show that I don't want to see.
It's throwaway.
Yeah.
It's like it's time travel stuff. It's going to be in the future. It could be in the past. It's not going to be relevant. Jacob, this show to me was a mess from top to bottom. I didn't understand the characters' motivations at times. You speak about Leonard Snark, the Captain Cold, and the other guy. They were one of the few people on the team where I'm like, yeah, I really understand your motivations. Just greed.
Yeah.
We can take advantage of the situation. Other people, like the Adam, I forgot his actual name. He suddenly was buy anything.
Yeah, I know.
Here's some dude. Oh, wow, you're from the future.
Yeah.
They just all believe it.
He's like, yeah, I was shrunken for a few months, but I'll still believe anything else that happens. And then there's the whole thing with, I can't remember the doctor's name.
Dr. Wells?
No, Professor. The professor that's part of...
Oh, part flame guy professor.
Yeah. His whole thing with how he drugged his other half, it didn't make any sense at all. I actually really like their the new
chemistry.
Yeah, when he was with the other guy who's dead, but we know he's not dead. But I actually like the new character that they make when they form into the hero that whose name is escaping me right now. But yeah, I actually like them, but we only got to see them in one episode of Flash. I want him to come back to Flash. It doesn't make any sense why they're just taking these characters away. Like,
and I want consistently written characters.
Yeah.
The professor suddenly is drugging some guy,
Yeah.
kidnapping him, and bringing him along against his will.
It doesn't make any sense.
Makes no sense.
That doesn't go along with any of the character's actions and any previous stuff we've seen him in before. And I have seen the second episode, which is the pilot is split in two. Shane hasn't seen it, so I'm not gonna go into spoilers. It was better, but it wasn't great either. Like it actually focuses more on that character than the other characters in this episode. But he's
Professor Stein.
Yeah, Professor Stein. He's more consistent
Stein.
than his actions were in the first episode.
It was so obviously just a way to get him on board.
Yeah.
It's like, we can't think of anything because they rushed it so fast.
Yeah.
I mean, he meets the people, and they each have one scene each. Hawkman and Hawkgirl, let's fight it out!
Yeah. You know what would have been better? If he had just, if they had come up with some way, just, capture them all and bring them onto the ship with them. Then it would have forced them to be in the situation. And they wouldn't have...
He already captured them.
Yeah. He wouldn't have had to have all these, because I thought the episode was just all set up and no payoff at the end.
Very contrived setup.
Yeah, and if they actually done what most shows do, where they have a 2-hour season premiere, where they have both episodes shown at the same time, and that would have worked because all the payoff is in the second.
So it's really one long episode.
Yeah.
They just artificially split it up.
Yeah, and so all the payoff is in the second episode. It starts with a battle scene actually, and also, and the other thing that really makes me mad is Vandal Savage is a horrible villain. And we saw that in the crossover that they did with Arrow and Flash. I was like, he's such a bad villain. Maybe they'll make him better in Legend of Tomorrow. They don't. He's the same, just generic. I want to take over the world.
So generic, so mindless. I don't care. I don't care about the story or the people involved.
And they tried to make it interesting with him being connected to Hawkman and Hawkgirl, but it doesn't make me any more interested.
No, I'm no more interested.
Yeah, he's such a waste of a villain, honestly, because in the comics he's a little bit more interesting. Because in the comics, or at least from what I've read, he was a caveman originally. Then this comic came down and gave him it made him smarter and more civilized and immortal, basically. That's what it made him. So then he goes a long time, figures out I want to take over the world, whatever. I'm immortal, might as well. But it's still just a complete mess of a show.
What's the draw here, Jacob? If I'm a random viewer who doesn't really follow comics too much, who is the big name?
No one. No one. DC, that's the big name. In CW. Because people know that everyone likes Flash and Arrow. So, this new show's coming out, maybe I'll watch it. I won't have to watch the other. But you kind of even have to watch the other shows to get it. I don't really understand what CW's doing here. Even in the crossover episodes they do, you have to watch the episode of Arrow.
Yes.
If you only watch Flash, you have to watch the episode of Arrow too, so you miss out on stuff. And they go back to that later on in the season.
Well, that's the point. They're trying to draw viewership.
Yeah, I know, but that's not the way it should be. It really makes me mad when they do that, actually, because I watch all the shows, so I'm not missing out. But someone that only watches Flash or only watches Arrow, they're gonna miss out.
I don't know how much they're gonna miss out.
Only on one episode, but
what I mean is those people, they're more casual viewers in the first place.
Yeah, you're right.
But
still, don't watch this show and watch Flash. That's all you have to watch from CW. That's the only good show right now.
It's sad, but it's true. I'm just waiting for a Daredevil to get released.
I know. We're so excited for Daredevil.
Sickness.
And Luke Cage and season 2 of Jessica Jones.
So I'm not sure we're gonna give it a review of some kind of score.
Yeah,
we're doing.
Let's do a letter grade. I'm gonna give this show a D-.
Man, letter grade. Yeah, let's go along with it. Let's give it a D-2. We're gonna give it a D- mostly just because there's a few parts where I did recognize the characters. Yeah. I was like, oh, that's cool. That's kind of cool. And then a bunch of stupid shit happened afterward, and I didn't care anymore.
Yeah.
But otherwise, a solid D-. Don't watch.
And we're gonna review the the season as a whole when it ends. Maybe I'll be able to bump that up to a C. Who knows? We'll see.
Anyways, folks, we've been Geeks at the Movies.